guys, today's lesson, today's workout is going to be one of mobility. Some of you guys might call this yoga, some of you guys might consider this just movement patterns, some of you guys might just call this going with the flow. Whatever you want to call it, our bodies need that time to recover, and it's very important that we are paying it back to our bodies. So yoga, mobility, flow, whatever it is you want to call this, we're going to call it unconventional movement. So what we're going to be doing today is prepping the body, working that body in an active recovery type of way. So what I want you guys to do here today is open up your hearts, open up your minds, open up your souls, open up anything that's tight, because that's what today is all about, is working through our movement. So we're going to start in what I consider the Indian seat. Indian legs crossed here, whatever you guys want to call it, but get comfortable here. We're going to take our hands, we're going to put them on top of our knees, and I just want you guys to focus on your breath control. You guys know it, that heart's very important and our lungs are very important, so let's start filling them up with some good air. We're going to go in through the nose, out through the mouth, 4 counts. So take those deep breaths here, opening up. Make sure we're not hunched over, make sure we're keeping that chest tall and that back nice and flat here. So here we go, you guys. 5 deep breaths in through the nose. Out through the mouth. As you guys are taking 2 more breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth, please try to get rid of anything that's going on in your brain. Try to settle the body, settle the mind here. 1 more breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. You guys, today's all about you. Today's about decompressing and giving that body a chance to relax. So from here, what I want you guys to do, I want you guys to lift the arms up high, up through the sky. And then I want you to take your right hand, I want you to put it next to the side of the body here. Once you get it to the side of the body, we're going to take this left arm, we're going to arch over as far as you can comfortably go. Again, try not to hunch forward. Today's all about opening up the spine, opening up the sides of the body here. This is our oblique practice here. Give that body a little bit of love. Give those sides a little bit of love. It's a movement that the body doesn't like to do often. We don't do it enough. Let's bring those arms back up to the top here. And exhale, bringing that arm down. Take a deep breath before arching over. Feel that tension through the right side of the body now, stabilizing through that left arm. And bring those arms back up here. We're going to go 1 more time each side. To the right first. We're going to speed it up just a little bit here. Don't forget to take your deep breath. And back to the top. Same thing on that other side. Hand down. Feel that stretch. Feel that pressure release. Excellent job, you guys. Bring those arms up here, and before we go to the next step, I want you guys to cactus the arms back. Feel like you're squeezing the shoulder blades. Look high to the sky. Good, solid lift. And arms back up to the sky. Carefully control them back down here, you guys, and I want you guys to flip over to tabletop. So tabletop here, our shoulders are going to be in line with our wrists. Our hips are going to be in line with our knees. I want you to think about spreading your fingers wide. We're working on spreading those fingers wide here. What we're going to get into here is called the cat-cow. What I want you guys to do is on an inhale, I want you guys to arch the belly towards the ground. So think about squeezing that belly into the ground while lifting the hips and lifting that head, feeling that tension, feeling that spine, feeling that lower lumbar region. And now I want you guys on your exhale, cat it here. You guys are scared cats. Arch that spine as much as you guys can. Good solid pull. Double check those feet. Mine were toes up. I want you guys to really focus on getting those toes into the ground. Take another deep breath in as we cow it. Arch those hips. Reach that head up. And exhale as you guys cat under. Working at your own pace here. If I'm going too fast for you, don't be afraid to slow it down. We're going to go back up to cow. 1 more rep here. Feeling that tension. If you want to shift a little bit while you're in your cow before exhaling in. Going back to your cat pose. Feel this last stretch here. Open up those shoulders, open up those blades, and really working tall here. Return back to tabletop, you guys. Take a deep breath here in tabletop. Resurface if you need. Give those wrists a little shake out if you want. We're going to go into a little bit of wrist control as we're here. Our wrists, they take a lot of pressure, they take a lot of tension, so it's time to give them a little bit of a relax. So what I want you guys to do is spread those fingers wide again here, those middle fingers towards the center, thumbs, making a nice straight line here. We're gonna prep those wrists, we're gonna work on those wrists here, so shift your weight forward ever so gently over those wrists. Again, you guys, pain is not the name of the game today. We wanna feel that stretch, but we don't wanna feel torture. Coming back, the movement's gonna be through your hips, but the pressure is gonna be in the wrists. Slightly going forward again here, reaching, feeling that tension release, and coming right back here. Today we're gonna go with the flow. We're gonna feel what needs to be stretched. If you guys need time somewhere else, if you feel like you need a little bit more time, don't be afraid to pause this video and give that extra bit of time here. Now what I want you guys to do, we're going to rotate that hand, so we're gonna send them backwards. Again, rotate. Some of you guys' range of motion might be ideal. Some of you guys might not have perfect range of motion, but we're gonna do the same thing. This time when you go backwards, you're gonna feel that stretch just a little bit more, and then release that tension, moving that body forward. Very nice and controlled. Bring that body back again. Feeling that control through the wrist, feeling that stretch through the wrist and that forearm. And right back up here, guys. Feeling good, feeling that stretch, and come on back. Our muscles, they get worked all the time, and it's very important that we are doing our body justice and going back and working these muscle groups. Rotate those hands back very carefully here. And what we're gonna do is a little reach under. So what I want you guys to do, we are gonna take our right arm, we're gonna rotate through our body, we're gonna open up to the sky here, keeping that chest up nice and tall, staring at this thumb up in the air, and you guys are gonna needle this hand all the way through to where your shoulder's touching the ground. That left elbow can bend nice and soft. Try to touch that right shoulder to the ground. Feeling that good solid tension, and then slowly come back up. Inhaling, bringing the arm back up to the sky, and then exhale, dive back under for that needle through. Feel that good tension, feel that good release. We got one more with that right side. Let's take that body up. Opening nice and easy here, and then controlling, reaching that body up and under here. Take a deep breath while we're here. We're gonna take 2 breaths in through the nose. Through the mouth. Give me one more. In through the nose. And out through the mouth, returning back to tabletop. It's time to hit that left side here. All right, you guys, that left arm's going up in the air. Opening up that chest, feeling that tension, and let's needle back through to that right side. Sending that left arm under. Feeling that stress, feeling that release. Sending that left arm back up again. Nice and proud here, staring at that thumb up above. And release that arm under, diving and needling through. And one more rep here. Reaching up, feeling that tension, feeling that stress. And diving back under, feeling that tension release. Again, taking 2 breaths here while we're down. In through the nose, out through the mouth. We got one more, breathing in. And out through the mouth. Good job, you guys. Coming back up to tabletop. We're gonna take 2 deep breaths here again. If you guys wanna shift your hips just a tid while we're at it, give yourself a little bit of love through those hips, opening up, feeling that stretch, feeling that resurface. And then what I want you guys to do is I want you guys to bring those feet, toes together, big toe together. You might need to spread those knees just a little wider. And we're going to drop those forearms down to the ground. We're going to get into those hips just a little bit here before we go up into our high plank position. So from here, I want you guys to push your weight back, keeping that spine nice and neutral. And then here's what's going to be tough is pulling that weight forward, feeling that stretch through those hips, keeping that nice neutral spine, coming back again, feeling those hips rotate through, and then coming back up, feeling that stretch through that psoas, that inner thigh, that groin. A little bit in those lateral hips, feeling that great stretch. Going back one more time. And then coming forward, feeling that tension release. All right, we're gonna get into a tougher one here. I want you guys to splay your feet out here. Make sure that your knees and your heels are in line with each other. From here, the hard part's gonna be going back now. So we're gonna shift those hips back, feeling that stretch through those hips. And then we're gonna splay that body forward, getting as close to the ground as we can. Sending that body back, feeling that nice lovely stretch through our hips. And coming back forward. On this last one, see if you can't get open just a little bit more. Sending those hips back. Val, this is your favorite stretch. I know you love this one here. Feel that tension release, feel that pressure. And coming back to center. Bringing that body back up to your hands here, guys. Let's bring those knees back in. And what we're gonna do now is we're gonna get into some transitional spider-mans, some rotations, some extra work. If you guys need a little break here from the wrist, just take this second here to give yourself some wrist circles. Again, lots of pressure through the wrist, lots of work here. Don't be afraid to send about 5 circles on that right side and 5 circles on that left side. Now's the time to give it a little bit of a relaxation. All right, you guys, I want you to come up to nice solid push-up positions. So from those hands and those feet should be nice and neutral, about hip distance apart. Be up on those toes. Your hands, make sure you're spreading those fingers out as far as they can. Your shoulders are over top of your wrists. You guys should feel this stress. And here I want you guys again to shift forward up to those wrists. Feel that pressure build through that upper body. And then rotate back, pushing those heels into the ground to give those ankles just a little extra stretch. Now let's push back forward through those toes, letting that body shift forward over those arms. And then control yourself back here again. Trying to push those heels, trying to pry those heels into the ground without elevating the butt. Keep that body nice and neutral here. We're gonna go one more, shifting forward through those wrists, and then come back down into those heels. Give yourself a little breather here. Let's go back up to tabletop. Nice little relaxation here. Again, shake those wrists out if you guys need. But from here, it's about time to go stand. We're gonna give our wrists a little bit of a release here while we practice some of our shoulder mobility, some of that shoulder movement. So let's go back up to our push-up position. And from this position, I want you guys to slowly walk your feet in. Try to keep those legs as straight as you can, as long as you can. If you need to soften through the knees, feel free to soften through the knees. And once you guys get those fingers and those toes joined here in nice, lovely unity, be afraid, be comfortable, and let's get down into our forward fold. So think about your belly going into your thighs. Think about that belly resting into your thighs. Take your elbows with your hands and just grab them gently like you're about to hug yourself here with those elbows. And I want you guys just to sway back and forth. You guys should see some release through the hamstrings. Our hamstrings should feel this, especially if you guys are nice straight-legged. Again, don't be afraid to be soft through the knees if we're not able to get straight legs yet. That's not a problem at all. What we're going to do from here is we're going to go into a little monkey pose, a half lift. So put those hands back on the ground and lift your body up, thinking about a nice neutral spine, so nice straight spine. Again, the knees can be bent, or if you wanted to give those pressure through the hamstrings just a little bit more, feel free. This is our monkey, this is our half lift, and let's forward fold again. Hands nice and neutral, they should not have any pressure on them. Belly should be to the thighs. And we're gonna do that monkey again one more time. So right up here, feel that stretch, keep that spine nice and neutral. Feel that nice, lovely tension release. And let's double back down to forward fold. From here, you guys, I want you to go up. We're going to round the back, and we are going to work our way up to the top. Your chin should be tucked to your chest. It should stay tucked until you get all the way up. That's the last thing to disconnect here. Rolling those shoulders back, and now it's time to open up. So from here, I want you guys to get comfortable. We're gonna trace those ankles first, and then we're gonna work the upper body. We're gonna work through those ankles here. So put your pressure through your left leg, stand up tall on your right toe. We're gonna trace the inside or the outside here. So up on that toe, trace the outside of the foot, coming up to the heel and wrapping back around to the inside of the toe. Up to the toes, wrapping outside of the foot, nice lovely trace to the heel and to the inside of that foot. Let's switch directions here. We're gonna go in through the inside of the foot, up to the heel, and trace the outside of the toe this time, up to the top of the toes. One more inside here, wrap around to the heel, to the outside of the toe, and right back up. And then let's shift that weight, put that pressure in that right foot. This time going to that left foot, hit the outside of that left foot, tracing up to the heel, coming into the inside of that foot, and then up to the toes, tracing on the outside here, into the inside of the foot, from that heel, up to the toes, and let's change directions. Let's go into the inside of that foot, up to that heel, to the outside of that foot, up to the toes. One more rep here, going clockwise, feeling that nice pressure release. And let's relax, shake it out here. I want you guys get nice and tall, get nice and comfortable. we're gonna send those arms up to mountaintop. So we've got that mountain peak, and we're gonna do a little cactus. We're gonna squeeze those shoulder blades, lifting that head to the sky, feeling that pressure, and you guys are gonna come back up. We're gonna do that one more time. Cactus back, feel that pressure through the shoulder blades, and control. Back up to that mountaintop. Carefully, comfortably, let's roll back down to forward fold. Feeling that pressure here. Good, solid, deep breath. Let's go into that monkey half lift. Let's go back into that forward fold. And let's come back up into our beautiful high mountaintop. All right, you guys, cactus back one more time here. Give those shoulder blades a nice little stretch and come back up to mountaintop. Coming right back to squeeze those shoulder blades, and let's come back up to mountaintop. Relaxing those arms down here to the side. I want you guys to take some circles here with the shoulders, but we're gonna do this just a little bit differently. I'm gonna turn direction here so you guys can see me. We are going to work on game controllers. You got 2 game controllers in your hand. You're gonna send your hands up into the sky with those game controllers. And we're gonna take very slow circles. It's not necessarily how big can you make your circles. We're working on keeping that core tight. Your speed is not what's important here either. Just work on mobilizing those shoulders, giving those shoulders a little bit of love, and let's switch directions here. Coming back, good solid release through those arms. Feel that tension. Don't let those elbows bend. Oh, feel that stretch. And let's take a small breather here as we bring those arms back down. Again, you guys, you should be feeling that all the way through the body here at this point. I'm going to turn back again because we're going to get into our Spider-Man poses here, our core and our hip mobility. So again, let's bring those arms back up here before we forward fold, and let's forward fold over those legs. Feel that tension release, feel that stress build up, and just totally exacerbate out of the body. Feel that release, feel it nice and easy. Take some deep breaths here, you guys, while we're in this forward fold. Don't be afraid to get relaxed again. If your mind went somewhere else, try to resurface it. It's not about what's going on in our world right now. It's all about what's going on in our hearts. Let's bring that back to heart center, and let's step or jump back, whichever you guys would like. We're gonna plant those hands, spreading those fingers. You can step back or you can jump back to plank position here. A nice, lovely high push-up position, high plank. What I want you guys to do is, if you're not comfortable up here in push-up position and you need a little bit of release or tension release, don't be afraid to drop those knees down. This is just as beneficial as this if that body is saying it doesn't like this. So from here, you guys are going to go up into a Spider-Man. We are going to alternate from right to left. So right leg up to the right hand, keeping the back nice and flat. Let's open up that hip. So if you want to feel like you're pushing that knee out towards the right, feel that hip, feel that inner thigh release, keeping those arms nice and straight, keeping that back nice and flat. Don't let that booty come up in the air. Keep that booty nice and neutral here along with that spine. And let's return that right leg back. Your feet should be shoulder width apart, directly under those hips here, and let's send that left leg up, keeping that back nice and flat. Again, pushing out through that left knee towards the wall here or whatever you're going towards. And let's bring it back. Again, don't forget, you guys, to take those deep breaths as you bring that right leg up. Focusing on inhale and exhale, pushing that knee out here as we go, and coming back to center. Left leg up here, nice, lovely neutral position. Bring that left leg, push it out towards the left here. Feel that tension, feel that release, feel that stress building up through that inner thigh, maybe in your right hip just a tid. Bringing it back in, we got one more each side, bringing that right leg up again, pushing that pressure out through that knee, and coming back to center. One last one here with that left leg, bringing her up. Nice and neutral, feeling that stress, feeling that tension, and let's bring it back down. From here, I want you guys to release, just to give those wrists a little pressure. Let's make some circles with those wrists again. You guys know it, they're probably the one thing that's going to start to bother you, especially if you're not normally used to this practice, used to this joint mobility. But if it's bothering you, it's probably something you need to do more often because it's not as strong as you'd like it to be. So from here, you guys, we're gonna go back up to that push-up position, but you guys are gonna meet me in downward dog. So we're gonna come into that downward dog, pushing that weight up. Think about your hips going up into the sky, thinking about that core staying nice and tight. If you guys wanna do some pedaling, feel free to pedal here. If you just wanna find your comfort zone, don't be afraid to find your comfort zone. If you wanna do some hip shifts, I like to do some hip shifts while I'm here. It's nice, it feels good. Just explore, you guys, just go with the flow. Whatever your body's telling you to do, don't be afraid to do it. Get nice and comfy here, you guys. At this point, those arms should be nice and rested. We should feel that stress starting to build up in those shoulders. What I want you guys to do,
we are going to take our right leg up into the sky. So try to shoot that right heel into the sky. And we are going to bring our right knee towards our right elbow. So coming down, it's all right to arch the back a little bit. Try to touch that right knee to that right elbow. Coming right back up into that high position here. We're going to bring that right knee to the left elbow this time. So a little cross to the body here. And then we're going to come back up. And then we're going to go out to the outside. So you want to think outside of that right elbow. And then coming back up, resting that foot nice and neutral back on the ground. We're going to do the same thing on the left side before we meet in child's pose or in downward dog, whichever you prefer. I'm going to show you a little chaturanga to get there here. But we're going to go up with that left leg. And we're going to shoot that left foot, left knee, into the left elbow. Coming back up high, sending that left knee to the right elbow this time. Coming back high and then shooting that left knee out, nice and neutral here. Feeling that good solid posture. And then coming back up. And again, returning down to the ground. Some of you guys are going to be okay with this. We're going to try a little chaturanga. So what I want you guys to do is I want you guys to feel like you're dive bombing that forehead into the ground. Coming back up, feeling that spread of the body here. Tucking the toes under. And then meet me again in child's pose. So coming on back. If you weren't ready for that chaturanga yet, if that wasn't at your level, that's okay. Just drop down to those knees and come back to child's pose. Child's pose is going to be a great position for you guys to focus on your wrists, to just give them a little relaxation here. Really work on pushing that weight back, feeling that stress here. So when we're in child's pose, I want you guys to put that forehead to the ground. I want you guys to reach forward as much as you can here with those arms. Feeling like you're pulling yourself pulling those hands into the head. Might not be able to get too much of that but guys, just keep working that body. Explore what's tight. Work through that tension. And what I want you guys to do is take your right hand. I want you guys to come out to a 45-degree angle. In this 45-degree angle, I want you guys to push with your right hand as you pull back with your left hand. Now, I'm actually going to bring them off of the ground, but you guys are going to pull. That's going to elongate. And really think about putting your left butt cheek down on your left knee to really open up the oblique here. Really open up that left side. Feel that stretch through the armpit. Nice relaxation. Bring that head down to the ground. Feel that stretch here. Explore that tension. Coming on back to center. Once we get to center, you guys are going to move off to the left side here. So bring that left arm over. Your right arm should be a little bit further than your left arm. Pulling back with your left arm, pushing with your right arm. Feel that tension. Feel that stress. Again, trying to touch your right butt cheek down to that right heel. Feel that stretch. Feel that tension. Feel that release. Nice and easy through that right oblique, and then again returning back to center here. Take a few deep breaths here in our child's pose. Really feel that tension release, feel that stress, and we're going to bring it back up to tabletop position. And from tabletop, we're going to explore here just a little bit more through our Spider-Man. Going to add a few more elements to Spider-Man before we come up for our last and final pose. So from here, I want you guys again to walk back in that nice tabletop or a high plank position, high push-up position. We're going to take our right leg up again. Again, for those of you guys who are on your knee, that's okay. You're still able to do this entire stretch here from that knee. So don't be afraid to stay here if from here is a little too difficult. Take that right arm and you guys are going to open up just like we did earlier from the knees. And we're going to come back down. And then this one's a little tougher. Find that center of gravity. Find that balance again and open up to the other side. Feeling that stress, feeling that tension. Again, working on that balance and then coming back down. Returning that right leg back, we're going to bring that left leg up. And again, to the left first. So take that left arm. Let's open up. Feel that stress, feel that tension. Relax back down. And then open up to the hard side here. We're going to go to the right, working on that balance, working on that ability here to find that center of gravity. And return that hand back down. Take that right leg back. We're going to do one more on each side, sending that right leg up. Send that left leg back, send your right leg up. Opening up that right arm up into the sky. Coming back down nice and controlled. Find that balance here before opening up that left arm. Feel that tension, feel that stress, feel the balance, feel the center of gravity. Coming back down, bringing that leg back. This time sending that left leg up. Opening up to the left first. Feeling that stress. And coming back down. This time opening up with the right arm. Feel that stretch, feel that mobility, feel that center of balance, and bringing it back down. Come on back here, you guys, to good solid push-up position. For those of you guys who need to meet me here. And take a deep breath. Really work on that control here, guys. Few deep breaths here in that plank position. Let's give that core just a little bit of love. Really focus on sucking in that core in, tucking that booty. Couple deep breaths. And those of you guys up, let's come back to our knees and let's drop back into child's pose again. We're gonna meet in child's pose again to give those wrists just a little bit of love here. If you guys want to come up to those fingers to give them just a little stretch, you're gonna feel this through your shoulders too. If not, just keep nice and relaxed and focusing on your breathing here as we get into this pose. Feeling that stretch, just feeling the tension in the body relax. And now we're gonna go into some of my favorite stretches here. I want you guys to meet me up here, and we're just gonna turn to where we are facing our mat here. We're gonna work on, again, some of those high positions. But we're gonna get into a little bit of different movement here with the body here. So I want you to take your right foot, we're gonna bring it out. We're gonna take that left foot and bring it on the inside of the thigh here. And I want you guys to bring those arms up. And we're going to cascade the body over that right foot. If you can grab the back of the right foot, that's awesome. If not, not a big deal. Some of you guys are gonna be more flexible than others. Remember, it's not a big deal. Where your flexibility is just the way your body wants to move. Hopefully, the more you guys can do this, the easier things are going to get. Nice and easy. Make sure we're breathing here. Make sure we're feeling that pressure through our oblique. Feeling that pressure through that thigh. Feeling that pressure through that leg. Coming back up nice and neutral here. And we're going to bring those arms back down. This time switching to the other side. So this time bring the right foot in, left leg out. Cascade those arms up to nice lovely mid-mountain. And let's bring it over that left side. Feeling that stretch, feeling that release. Feeling that tension. Nice and comfortably here, you guys. Just be easy, be comfy. Feel that stretch through the lower back. It's nice. It feels great all the way through this side of the body. But really get that tension release here. Take a couple more deep breaths as you guys hold this stretch. And when you guys are done, meet me here at the top before we cascade back down. I'm gonna switch my position here, you guys. We're gonna roll to our backs. What I want you guys to do is a little trust fall. I want you guys to take your hands and I want you to grab your knees, wrap them around like you're about to give yourself a big old hug. And I want you guys just to roll back. Feel that nice release of the body and just relax that head back. Relax those legs, try to hug them into the body as tight as you can. And what I want you guys to do is just sway side to side. Feel the comfort again. We're just relaxing. We're just massaging that body, massaging that spine here. Feel comfortable. Feel that ease. Feel that peace. Yesterday's workout, if you guys got to it, that St. Patty's Day workout was a little difficult. You guys might feel some stretch or some stress in the body. And this stretch is going to be very important for you guys today. So from here, we're gonna unlock those hands, take your arms out to T. With your palms facing up, for those of you guys that need a little balance, it's okay to put them down, but it's gonna be a little more difficult with those palms up. And I want you guys from this nice tabletop with the feet to rotate those legs over to touch the ground. Try to keep your spine in line. Don't let your shoulder blades come off the ground. Focus on good, solid control. For those of you guys that are a little advanced, if you wanna take that hand and kind of pull that body just a little bit more, feel free. But I want you guys to really think about reaching through this left arm and really pulling through the right. So reach with the left, pull with the right. Again, opening up those hips, opening up that side, and really feeling that tension release. Good deep breaths here, you guys. Don't forget to breathe. That's the most important part of any type of stretch. Bring that arm back down for those of you guys who are grabbing. Bring those legs back up to tabletop, and this time switch directions. So coming over to the left, letting that body drop ever so slightly. Keeping those shoulder blades on the ground, feeling that stretch, feeling that tension. Take that left arm for those of you guys that want that extra pull. Pull that knee down as you guys reach through this right hand here. Good tension point. Feel that release through the right butt cheek this time. Good, solid stretch. And very carefully return back up to center here, you guys. We're gonna make this just a little bit tougher. What I want you guys to do is I want you guys to straighten out those legs. And when you guys straighten out those legs, I want you to think about bringing your right leg up while your left leg stays straight. Again, focus on keeping your shoulder blades on the ground. Oh, feel that pressure. You might be feeling it up through the buttocks here. You might be feeling a little bit more through the hip. It's okay wherever you're feeling it. Just let that tension release. Bring that leg back in here and take that right leg up and bring that right leg over, feeling that stretch through the right side now. Keeping that stretch, keeping that T, making sure we're focusing on that core control, and bring that leg back up and down. You guys, it's time to pay homage back into our hearts. So what I want you guys to do is I want you guys to spread those legs wide. I want you to spread those arms here with the palms facing up. And I want you guys just to reflect a little bit on your day here. Reflect a little bit on that workout and just try to relax every part of your body. We're going to start it down at the toes here. So are your toes nice and relaxed? Take that time to take the tension out of the ankles and out of the feet and out of those toes. Then we're going to move up our body to those hamstrings and the back of the calves. Is the back of the legs relaxed, or are we tight and tense? Give that time for those legs to just relax. Feel your pressure in your buttocks release. If you're squeezing your cheeks, make sure you release that tension and let those hips stay nice and neutral. Then take a little look into your back here. Is your back arched? Are we stretching through that back, or are we allowing that back just to relax into the ground? Feel that stretch, feel that release, and just feel all that tension drop. Take a look at your T-spine. Double check that T-spine. Is it holding tension right now? Or are you able to relax through that T-spine and through those shoulders? And then take a look at your fingers. Are your fingers still clenched? Are we tight? Are we keeping them loose? And then let's take it up to the hardest. Let's go up to that jaw. How relaxed is your jaw right now? Are you clenched? Are your teeth gritted together? Or are we just nice and easy, nice and relaxed? Then let's take a look at those eyes. Guys, those eyes, are you pulling and squinting and holding them as tight as you possibly can? Or are you allowing yourself just to relax? And then take a look at your forehead. Let's come into complete relaxation mode here. You guys can stay in this position here as long as you want. We are done with our daily movement, daily mobility practice today, but it's very important that we spend some time here in peace. If you guys can spend about 5 minutes here in this meditation, it's even better for you. 2 minutes, even better. Just a minute, you're still working on that practice. Don't be afraid to sit here today and just relax and let go of anything that is bothering you, anything that is holding you back, anything that is keeping you from being the best version of yourself that you guys can be. Find that peace. Take some deep breaths. If you fall asleep, even better. Just relax here and allow that body to stay in this position and in this relaxed phase. Again, if you guys want to stay in this position a little bit longer, don't be afraid. But that is the end of our practice today. For my yogis out there, namaste. For those of you guys that are just joining us, thank you for coming and thank you for finding that exploration through your bodies. Don't be afraid to pay homage back into your body for all the hard work that you do. Namaste.